Welcome back. In the last episode, I talked about the move of God. But in this episode, which is more than a virus, episode 14, I want to talk about the move of the cloud. It may sound the same, but has different meaning. The move of God and the move of the cloud. I will explain. The move of God is God Himself, and the move of the cloud is something which I will later tell you as I move on. But let me start with the Bible reference. This Bible reference is Exodus chapter 13 verse 21 to explain the meaning of the move of the cloud. Exodus chapter 13 verse 21, I read, "And the Lord went before them in the day in a pillar of cloud." Take note, the word pillar of cloud. To lead them in the way. Take note the word leading them. Take note the word, the pillar of cloud. And take note the word leading them. I'll come back to that. Let me back it up with Exodus again. Exodus chapter 14 verse 19. Exodus chapter 14 verse 19. I read, "And the angel of the Lord went before the camp of them, removed and went behind them." The angel of the Lord went before the camp. Went before the camp. Take note again. I'll come back to that. Let me read another Bible reference before I explain. I will read the book of Exodus chapter 23. Exodus chapter 23, I read verse 20. "Behold, I send my angel before thee to keep thee in thy way and bring thee into the place which I have prepared for thee." Then the combination of these three Bible references tells us the meaning of the move of the cloud. The meaning of the move of the cloud simply means direction. In the move of God, God Himself moves and manifest to humanity. But in the move of the cloud means the angel. The angel of the Lord goes before the children of Israel to direct them for 40 years. So when we are talking about the move of the cloud, we are talking about divine direction, the direction of God. So what is happening now? Simply telling us that God is moving. Then the angel of the Lord is on move, directing the world, directing the church, directing the body of Christ, directing all the nations of the world into a particular destination which is unknown to us. That is what makes God God. Because if God should tell you about Himself 100%, He's no more God. What makes God is what we don't understand about Him. So we are the move of God. God is driving us toward a direction, towards a destination by His direction, which we may not understand now, which the whole world will understand later. So what is happening now is the move of the cloud. That means the direction of God. Remember, He created us. He is our God. He has power over us. He can decide to do anything as He like. He can do anything. He can stop us. He can move us. So God is driving us towards a particular destination which we may not be able to understand now. So in this topic is trying to open our eyes to understand that we are in God's direction. Divine direction. He's directing us. He's directing. And when God is directing, He directs everybody. He directs everybody. He can decide to direct the hiding. He can direct the believers. He can direct the poor. He can direct the rich. He can do anything at any time with anybody. So what is happening now? Everybody that has the eyes of the Spirit should understand that what is happening is the direction of God. Let me tell you three things before I stop about God's direction and relating with what is happening now, which I want everybody to understand. One thing which I want you to understand about what is happening now is God is directing the world towards a particular destination. God is directing the whole world. Is directing the whole world towards a particular destination, which we may not understand now, which we might later understand. Number two things I want you to understand about direction of God and the time we are, what is happening now is God is making a shift in the spirit. God is making a shift in the spirit. God has revealed this to me before a man of God called me that saw one of our footage, one of our message, and called me about the message. And he said, what I heard you say on the internet was what God just told me, and he showed it to me where it was boldly written that God told him that he is making a shift in the spirit. And this was exactly what I was saying in my almost 20 episode about in times like this. God is making a shift of person to person, a shift of making some people to be poor and making some people to be rich, a shift from nation to nation. I'm telling you, I'm saying it prophetically now, the greatest nation of the world may likely be the poorest. Take it from me. The strongest nation, so-called, of the world now may likely be the weakest nation. The nation which we are looking upon now as the one that is in the front, as that has the power of technology, somebody may take over and overtake. Because God is making a shift. The most popular nation of the world may not be in that status again after this dispensation. Because God is making a shift, which you are going to refer to this message later of the day. Now, number three things before I stop, which I want us to understand about the right direction and what is happening now, is that God is leading the church into another dispensation. God is leading the church into another dispensation. There are times of our fathers in the Bible days. There are times of people of Smith Wigglesworth. Before Smith Wigglesworth, times of somebody like some great ministers of God. Anyway, which I will later tell us in the coming episode. Smith Wigglesworth, times of people of Bishop Daoza, and some people that have departed like that. I'm telling the church now, the method of the church may be different from how we were running it before. How the church is being run, how the church is being governed, how the church is being, the administration of the church may be different from how we are doing it before, because God is making a shift. There was a time when the church, the identity of church then was known as poverty. And when God was making that shift of the church from poor church to rich church, it started from the life of Archbishop Daoza of blessed memory. In the spirit, God is making a shift which my people of the church does not understand now. Then, through the instrumentality of the move of the cloud. I want these people of the spirit to understand this message. Please, I want you to listen to this message again or review it again, because God has something that is hidden there to minister to you. I remain Oluwarotimi Peter from Reality Global Network. We'll meet again with joy in the next episode. God bless you.